taking a casual look over here on the right and seeing what is trending right now on the social media platform Twitter, and then just casually scrolling down and seeing what the internet is saying about Twitter being fully banned in Brazil, it's quite a moment. It's quite a time period, honestly, and you're probably wondering to yourself, how is this relevant to anime and manga? Well, I'm going to stretch it a little bit, but it is a little bit relevant because obviously a few days ago there was quite a trend that was taking place. You might have heard about it. I do think that it reached into the TikTok area. I think it's reached into YouTube Shorts as well. But basically there was a meme and art meme going around about Brazilian Miku. I don't really know the full background to it. It blew up out of nowhere about a week ago. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was doing fan art of Brazilian Miku, and then you had a bunch of others drawing Miku in different countries, etc. It was all over the place. You really could not escape. At least I could. I saw it everywhere. And I don't even actively look up Miku stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to listen to Miku music all the time, like, a long time ago. But the point is that, you know, I don't even actively follow Miku channels or anything like that, and I got a lot in my feed. So, basically, it's kind of fascinating that, we had all this stuff with Brazilian Miku that happened, to controversy, to great stuff, and all that, and then literally a week later, we have this announcement to where, like, Brazil is banning Twitter completely in the country, and if you even dare use a VPN, you're gonna get fined about like $8,000. Like, I have a post here actually I made literally like a few hours ago, but literally you see that the Supreme Court in Brazil has made it to where if you have even used like a VPN to access Twitter, you will face almost a $9,000 fee, like a fine, a day. And it's just like, yikes, 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 yikes. So, okay, let's get into this. Well, yes, I know that this isn't strictly anime related, but it is important to talk about, and I think that as someone that is a content creator that, you know, has a lot of Brazilian fans, I know I do, I've seen it in my comment section, even on Twitter as well, I think this is very important to talk about. So let's talk about where this all started. So right now, the current, you know, consensus that I see a lot of people talking about when I made my post literally late last night about my thoughts on the matter, a lot of people tried to point out to me the reason why this stuff has obviously happened is because, you know, Elon Musk, the current owner of Twitter, I'm not going to get into the debate if you like him or not, the point is the current owner of Twitter, he needed to appoint a legal representative in Brazil in 24 hours. If he did not, the Brazilian Supreme Court and all of them basically over there in the politics, they would ban Twitter effectively, completely in the country. Which would, I don't know the exact number of how many Brazilians use Twitter, but I'm going to assume it's a huge chunk, because I have definitely seen a lot of Brazilians use social media. I mean, hell, one thing in particular that really points out to me is the Kagrabachi Hive leader, basically. This individual right here, Kagrabachi Brazil, he's pretty much the head honcho, the leader of the Kagrabachi fan base on Twitter. Anytime you see anything Kagrabachi related, this individual pops up. He's a very sweet and kind individual, and it's sad that this individual as well has been caught in the crossfire, and no longer will theoretically be able to access Twitter without facing a potential fine of $9,000. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think the casual population, not just in Brazil, but in most countries, can just casually pay a $9,000 fine today. I know I can't. I know I can't. I know the casual people just can't. You have to be like really rich. So when you factor all that in, it feels like the law that's being put in place, regardless of how we got here, now that we're here, I do think that the government fining a bunch of people just for using a VPN to access the site is a little bit much of a overreach. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. That's completely fine. Yeah, just completely fine. I won't ban you or block you if you disagree with me. Don't worry. Feel free to disagree with me. All I'm going to say is that I think that it's not right for a government to completely ban and block stuff. Yes, Twitter is a cesspool. I'm not going to deny that one. I mean, hell, I even commented on a post last night about it. Someone's like, you know, Twitter is really bad, etc. And yeah, oh yeah, Twitter is a cesspool. It is a hellhole. It is not good. Actually, no, I'll go even one step further. It is a shithole. It is bad, okay? It is not good. Like, there is a lot of heinous and horrendous stuff on the platform. I see it all the time. But the thing is, it's always been there. It's always been there. It's not just Elon suddenly comes around and it appears magically. It's always been there, just people didn't know it. Obviously, I don't know statistics. I'm not a part of the algorithm, etc. I'm not that smart. I'm not going to say I'm that smart or whatever. I'm not. I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to say is that it's always been bad, the site has. But I think effectively what has been going on here, it's not a good situation regardless of whoever's in the wrong or not, because obviously the current consensus is that Elon needed to appoint a representative, but from what I found out, once again, you can fact check me if you want, completely fine if you want to do that, but apparently from what I found out, the reason why Elon didn't appoint a representative is because one of the representatives that was stationed in Brazil was having his bank account frozen or whatever and was going to go to prison or jail at the very least. And obviously with concerns for that, Elon got his employees out of there, and makes sense. Why would you want to put a representative over there that would just get instantly jailed or put in prison time? Now, you're probably wondering why. Why did the person start getting fined? Well, the sources from what you can see is that the leaders of Brazil wanted to effectively, get rid of hate speech and all sorts of negative stuff on the platform, which, okay, at first glance, that's completely fine. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of hateful stuff I see on Twitter often. I'm not going to deny that. Anyone that says they don't, are lying. They're lying for their teeth. That 100%. But, yes, I don't like hate speech. I don't like the vicious, awful stuff on the platform. Yeah, it's absolutely heinous. I'm not going to lie. But most of the time when people consider something hate speech, usually it's considered just an opposing opinion. I'm not saying it's a blanket that fits all, but there is some opinions that are just someone disagreeing with someone, like not even hateful, not bad, but people want to see that gone. They don't want to see the opposing side's opinion. Just gonna say. Now, once again, this is gonna get me in a lot of trouble, just even talking about this, gonna be honest. But I think that regardless of whatever side you're on, you should be willing to hear the other side. Blocking out one side is just, it's never the answer. I'm just going to be honest. Completely closing off someone's opinion is not the answer, because if you disagree with them, just make fun of them. Just make fun of them, make them look like a clown that they are. Make them put on the clown makeup. It's like what people do to Andrew Tate. Make them wear the clown makeup. But outright banning and blocking them, I don't think is a good thing in general. There's cases. There's obviously examples where banning and blocking is important. But what I'm trying to say is that when it's just effectively an opposing opinion on something, trying to cancel that out is not a good thing. That doesn't lead to a good discussion and trying to better things. It doesn't. I don't like echo chambers. Gonna be completely blunt here. But, anyways, getting back onto the main point, it's pretty sad to see this whole situation right now, because I have a lot of Brazilian fans on social media. I have talked to a lot of them, and I know for a fact a big chunk of the Dragon Ball community, at the very least, on Twitter, is mostly Brazilians. So it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy to see something like this. So regardless if Elon's in the wrong or not, it does not matter. I do think that the government fining people for VPNs is a little bit too far. That's all I'm going to say. Clearly, what that really does amount to me, at least in my opinion, is censorship. That's all I'm going to say. And I am not pro-censorship. I'm just going to say. If you like censorship, I really don't want you here. I want to be honest. So, yeah, all I'm going to say is that, wild stuff going on right now in the world. It really is some wild stuff. I know I'm going to take some heat from this video, but I have to say something, because like I said, it is relevant to anime to a degree, because this does affect me, not just on social media, but YouTube, etc. So, hopefully, there is something that is made, something is corrected down the pipeline for all this whole ordeal. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.